be doing, so we got a few inches of snow, but the winds did a job on the drifting. When I walked out my door, I had a foot of snow right at my garage door. And then you can see some areas out in front here are actually, looks like it's bare. And the snow itself is very heavy. Wet. But it's blowing and it's icy. We have about 6 degrees, and the wind chill, the real feel with the wind chill is around -13. We were supposed to get around 8 inches. I don't, it's really hard to tell what we got. I'm going to say we got about, I don't know, 2, 3. Like I said, it really stacked up. We'll have a lot of touch up around the garages to do. The wind is incredible. I think they said definitely over 50-mile-an-hour gusts. If you're not familiar where we are, we're in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, which is about 70 miles east of Pittsburgh. A little rough to see. Wind swirling. Glad we didn't get 8 inches or whatever they said was possible. Been in big trouble. Definitely having a cab is a blessing. Right now, I don't know what I would do. I probably wouldn't be plowing. I spent a lot of years plowing with a open cab tractor. At one point, I did have a truck with a plow, but it's not as useful as having a tractor for sure. My buddy said that he gets he'll tune in. He said, "Why are you moving so slow with the tractor?" I'm thinking, when you're plowing with a $40,000 tractor, I don't want to make any mistakes. I don't want to mess it up. And I don't want to hit the house. I don't want to mess up the driveway. Try to be careful. I don't know if you can see down the driveway here as I'm backing up, but there's probably a foot of snow drifted on the side, but in the middle there's nothing, which is, just tells you how wicked the winds were. Trampoline behind me, trying to stay away from that best I can. We lost one about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, with the wind. I got a video on my channel actually. I caught it on my security God, that's going to feel like summer. I don't know what the temperature's like where you are. Leave me a message. Like I said, I have a hard time reading the messages as I'm going here. I try to stop and read them and answer questions, but I always go back and I watch the replay and I read the messages and I'll respond to them on the video. We needed to get another load of pellets, another couple tons of pellets delivered. So I had to clear out a spot along the his house because when they bring them, they put them in the basement. The guy's a really good guy and takes care of us. Carries them in. I have a little storage room in there. Gladly pay him to do that. Even though I know that's a good workout. Just don't have the time. Dallas yesterday. It's up to 85. Oh my God. Minnesota. Yeah. You guys had the never-ending winters up there. I used to work with a guy from Wisconsin. He had that Wisconsin accent, not the Pittsburgh accent that we have. Hard to believe that we are over halfway through winter. It's crazy. Time's flying. Before we know it, I'll be cutting grass, complaining about the bugs. I don't have another camera on here so you can see the backwards driving. My buddy would see that and he'd understand why I move slow. He gets on my case about it. You take forever to plow. I look at it this way. I try to do a good job and my kids don't bother me when I'm out here. That's sad to say. But yeah, this is my peaceful time. And it's nice and warm in here. Last time I was on, it got so warm up front here for the phone that I actually overheated. So the stream stopped. Try to keep it just right. Right around 67 degrees, 67. The kids are always saying that. There's a shortage of pellets this winter. It's definitely cheaper to burn $10 or $15 worth of pellets per day. That'd be about 2.5 to 3 bags. Then to have my house is all electric. Besides that, I have a geothermal heating system, but and I don't use the glass coil, which is the real energy hog, but electricity went up in price so much that lot of people, it was almost a 50% increase in their bill. And, you figure if I burn 10 or 15 bucks a month, that's $300, $400, $500 a month. That saves what would be on the electric bill. Keeps it a little more reasonable. Plus, with the pellets you've already paid for. I gotta get out here. My hose went over the spring. I'll be right back. Pennsylvania. As I said, 70 miles east of Pittsburgh. It's the biggest city that's close to us. Kind of like halfway between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg. Bare spots, but where I'm plowing the snow from, I have about probably 10 inches, 8 inches, something like that. So you need to gotta get it cleared. I'm pushing the whole blade forward for sure. I'm looking now. A lot of this snow, I think, came off of my roof. Probably had a foot or so of snow still up there. Now it's see the shingles. Yeah, I did get it adjusted. Hoses are a little too long. I gotta tie them up better, but I always try to watch because it's if I pull on them, then it'll yank on my remotes on the hydraulic connections. So I gotta be careful with that. Does a good job though. Pittsburgh Power is from one of the suburbs. Yeah, those guys, man, I'm sure they're busy today. All this wind, they get out there, and I don't know how they stand it, getting up on the poles and replacing transformers, etc. It's crazy. Thank God for them. God bless them. Stay safe. basketball season, started the practice for baseball already. It's kind of crazy how time flies. Give this stream a like. I appreciate that. I know I go into a lot of streams and I forget to hit that like button. That helps out. We're supposed to have another night. I think it's tomorrow night, Sunday. It's supposed to be down. The temperature is supposed to be -4. So it'll be interesting to see what the schools do. I know this week we finally had a full week of school. The week prior, the kids only went one day. They did the remote learning days. The other ones, I'm sure it's that way in a lot of places. But everybody's using up their days. Our local school district has a in-service day on Monday, so that won't affect them as far as the weather. But my kids go to a different school, private school, and they have school. So I don't know what they're going to do. I'm thinking of delay, but we will see. Who knows, the weather can change. As I always say, we're not in charge. Someday a lot more powerful. Thank you. Appreciate the help. Or not the help, but the thumbs up and the nice comments. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Anybody new, I'll try to get you the I call it the governor's wrench. So that you can easily visit other people's channels. Check them out. Technology is an awesome thing. It's a lot of snow we moved, for sure. That much snow. Drifting took care of us. Definitely amazing compared to the 70s and 80s. Now, are you talking about the 70s and 80s temperatures or the 70s and 80s, the era? Because I remember when I was a kid, I was born back in 69, 56, it'll be 57 soon, but winter's pretty much always being like this. And of course, my parents didn't have this kind of technology. I was their technology, shoveling. Remember when my dad got the first snow blower? I thought it was amazing, and honestly, it was a bigger pain in the butt than it was anything, because it really didn't work well. So let's get down a drive and get these drifts off the side. The good thing about this time of the year, the sun's getting higher, the angle's getting higher in the air, so the sun is a little warmer. So if I get it cleared off of this asphalt driveway, it tends to melt pretty quickly. Which was the case this week, but the big thing is we got those warm temperatures coming next week. When I say warm, I'm talking like in the 40s a couple days. That'll be nice. And a lot of this snow will melt. But when the snow melts, obviously, when it freezes overnight, we got a mess on our hands. So, yeah, I got a good 6-inch drift over here on the right-hand side. Take it right across the driveway. Put it where it belongs. Get out in front of the mailbox. A couple basketball games today to go to. Let's see here. Hey, big boss player. That is the moderator. Make friends. What's on your schedule today, guys? Anything interesting? We just had at our local mall, we just had like a gob fest. If you guys don't know what a gob is, that's basically like 2 pieces of ground chocolate cake with filling or icing in the middle. It's definitely a Pennsylvania thing. Driving to Iowa tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow, run up to Minnesota. Real winter weather. Next to those people that came in a couple weeks ago, and it was they were from Alaska. Can't imagine that. That's one of my favorite TV shows, Gold Diggers. People gold mining up in the Yukon. Let's see if I can push this back a little. I have a trailer back here, and yeah, they used to do a lot of DJing of weddings, and I have an equipment trailer. I have some storage back here, and I have a little someone's special dance coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, for my kids' school. We're gonna do some stuff for, and I'm gonna need to get back there. So I'm gonna take this time to push this back. I think that's good enough for now. up there. Snow throwers that pull the snow. And then get rid of it. forget I have mirrors on here. And I end up trying to turn around and look and see if there's people behind me. But it's because I'm used to my old tractor, which had no mirrors. Basically, Arctic. Very cold, about 6 degrees in the real field, about -16. That's how it goes. Our winter weather. understand where I put the snow, and they do a great job at keeping us clear up here. Although we're one of the last roads to get plowed, but that's okay. They do a great job, and that wind is still ripping. Getting out of the tractor cab. Watching now. I'm moving slow. It says I move too slow. Then there's the old St. Francis statue guarding our entrance. That did pretty good. Take off, but okay. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate everybody coming in today. Our little snowstorm that put enough snow down so that the winds could blow it around and cause us havoc. But another day closer to spring, another day to be good to yourself and try to be good to others. But as I always say, it starts with being good to yourself, taking care of yourself. And out there that's struggling, I'm hoping that you find some peace. And I know we all go through it. But right now, I'm going to shut it off and get ready for a day full of basketball, church this afternoon, etc. So everybody, hey, take care. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by. And let's make this a good day. See you again.